Hello everyone! We have an interesting topic to discuss today. We'll look at the top 10 most restricted and illegal places to visit on the planet. Before we get into this exciting list, we want to emphasize that we do not encourage or endorse any illegal activities. This video is solely for educational purposes. So, let's get started. Number 10. Room 39, North Korea. Only a few people have been granted access to the office. Room 39 is one of the most secret organizations in what is arguably the most secretive state in the world, writes journalist Kelly Olson. According to some sources, Room 39 is located inside the Workers' Party building in Pyongyang and takes its name from the office it occupied at the party headquarters in its early days. Although there isn't much official information on the room due to its secrecy, it's believed that it raises funds through commercial enterprises, both legal and illegal, ranging from counterfeiting to the sale of gold, drugs, or weapons. This global network of companies is estimated to be capable of contributing up to $2 billion per year to North Korea. Room 39 is suspected of orchestrating the sophisticated counterfeiting of $100 supernote bills issued over a decades-long period. Number 9. The Coca-Cola Vault in Atlanta, U.S. The company has never revealed who knows the Coca-Cola formula or how many people are aware of it. Coca-Cola's recipe is considered one of the best-kept secrets in the world, and they keep it secret by storing it in a large security vault. This formula has been jealously guarded since it was created in 1886 in Atlanta by John Pemberton, and few have been able to obtain it. The soft drink and the company were purchased in 1919 by a group of investors led by Ernest Woodruff, and the recipe ended up under lock and key at a New York bank in 1920. It was transferred to the Trust Company Bank in Atlanta in 1925. The company decided to relocate the famous Coca-Cola recipe to an Atlanta museum in 2011, but while many tourists visit the facilities each year, only a few exclusive people can enter the vault. Number 8. Snake Island, or Queimada Grande, Brazil. Only the Brazilian Navy and a few scientific researchers have access to the dangerous island today. This island, located about 100 kilometers off the coast of Sao Paulo, may appear to be the ideal exotic getaway, but the truth is that it has been uninhabited for decades due to being completely overrun by lethal snakes. The island has between 1 and 5 snakes per square meter, and if that isn't enough to scare you, the snakes that live here are among the most venomous in the world. The golden lancehead viper can grow to be half a meter long and dissolve the flesh around its bites with its strong, fast-acting venom. As a result, the Brazilian government expressly prohibits visitors from visiting the island. Number 7. North Sentinel, Andaman, and Nicobar Islands. North Sentinel Island is part of the Andaman Islands archipelago in the Indian Ocean. While the other islands in this archipelago are larger and more well-known, North Sentinel, which is covered in mangroves and surrounded by coral, has remained virtually untouched by the outside world. It might sound like paradise, but the island couldn't be further from it. While its geography makes it one of the most isolated places on the planet, it is home to one of the world's few remaining uncontacted tribes. The indigenous people of this island, known as the Sentinelese, have had almost no contact with the modern world. Throughout history, encounters with the populace have resulted in violence. They killed 2 fishermen in 2006 after their boats were dragged by the current to their shores. A 3-mile restriction zone, according to The Guardian, prevents visitors from entering the territory. Number 6. Bhangarh Fort, India. The Bhangarh Fort is said to be the most haunted place in India. The ruins of what was once a magnificent kingdom can be found in Rajasthan between Jaipur and Alwar. The fort was built in 1573 by the ruler of Amber Kashwaha for his youngest son, and its population gradually declined until 1783, when a severe famine forced the remaining villagers to flee. According to local legend, the fort was cursed, which is why the kingdom fell into ruin. According to the Times of India, for the only legally recognized haunted place in India, a government permit is required to enter before dawn or after sundown. Number 5. North Brother Island, United States. North Brother Island was decommissioned over 55 years ago. Every year, millions of tourists flock to New York, eager to explore every inch of the city except one. North Brother Island is not accessible without prior authorization because all of its buildings are in a dangerous state of deterioration. Nature continues to devour the abandoned structures and ruins of what was once the city's quarantine hospital on the inside. North Brother Island's history is intertwined with death and disease. From the 1880s to the 1940s, the site quarantined people with highly contagious illnesses. Those who died on the island were all stored in the morgue. It has been used as a drug rehabilitation center since 1951. North Brother Island was abandoned in 1963 and became the property of the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, which now manages the site as a bird sanctuary. Number 4. Diego Garca-sand, British Overseas Territories. Diego Garcia has dense jungles and white sandy beaches, but public access to the island is severely limited. Diego Garcia, which is located between East Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, is an important strategic asset for the U.S. Navy, which has a major military base there. According to The Guardian, some of the CIA's most important floating black sites may be located in this area. During the Cold War, the United Kingdom rented the atoll to the United States for 50 years, but the island was not uninhabited, so the British government expelled approximately 2,000 Chagosians before renting it out. These residents were forcibly relocated to Mauritius, the Seychelles, and other British territories between 1968 and 1973. Since then, the islanders have been unable to obtain the right to return to their homes. Diego Garcia's lease expired in 2016, but the UK extended it for another 20 years. Number 3. The Whites Club, UK. Women are still barred from entering certain places around the world, the most well-known of which are probably gentlemen's clubs, which are very popular in British culture. Members of the Whites Club, which was founded in 1693 and is located at 37 St. James Street in Piccadilly, include political leaders, senior bankers, and even heirs to the British throne. Only Queen Elizabeth has ever been admitted due to the severe restrictions on women. According to The Telegraph, David Cameron left the select club voluntarily in 2013, saying, "I'm dismayed that the club does not accept women as members. That is inexplicable in this day and age." The membership of London's oldest and most elitist gentlemen's club has shrunk to 500, and its bar is said to have remained open for the past 200 years. Number 2. Surtsey Island, Iceland. A volcanic eruption formed the island of Surtsey in Iceland in 1963. The volcanic eruption that formed the island of Surtsey in Iceland only 55 years ago provided scientists with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to observe the birth and evolution of an ecosystem from the ground up. This fascinating event is precisely what limits the rest of the world's access to it. Surtsey, one of the world's youngest islands, was formed in 1963 as a result of a violent volcanic eruption 32 kilometers south of Iceland. Since then, the island's size has been shrinking due to water and wind erosion. According to Surtsey Research Society research, Surtsey could be at sea level by 2100 if the current rate of erosion continues. The first organisms to arrive on the island were bacteria, fungi, and molds. As a result, the number of animal and plant species increased at an exponential rate. Number 1. Jiangsu National Security Education Museum, China. China's National Spy Museum first opened its doors in 2009. The Jiangsu National Security Education Museum in Nanjing exhibits the history of espionage and secret intelligence services from the early days of the Communist Party of China in the late 1920s. While inspecting weapons disguised as everyday objects, spy cameras, or eavesdropping devices may sound like an intriguing visit, the museum isn't entirely open to the public. Foreigners are strictly prohibited from entering. It's also difficult to obtain souvenir photos because taking photographs is strictly prohibited for those allowed entry. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.